making right now a procession to honor those 2 officers killed while pursuing a suspect. This is a live look now from Chopper 2 that's following the route from the far south side to the medical examiner's office. That route is about 15 miles.
And we have team coverage. CBS 2's Roseanne Taya is live in Rosemore, where the procession started moments ago. Mike Puccinelli is live at the end of the route. We're going to start with Mike. Good morning.
Hi, yeah, I'm here at 2121 West Harris, and this is, of course, the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, and this is where this blue light procession will end here fairly shortly. We do know that it's a good 15-minute drive, as you've been mentioning. Of course, a very somber profession. We want to go right to some video from Chopper 2, which is overhead that profession. I understand that the family members of the 2 officers who lost their lives yesterday, Eduardo Marmolejo and Conrad Gary, are among the people that are in this blue light procession right now. A very somber scene as all the exits and entrance ramps to the Dan Ryan Expressway are blocked right now, so they can make sure that they can get here unimpeded. Of course, once they do arrive here at the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, it is again a very, very somber scene, and I am going to step out of the way right now so you can see that they have put the 2 ladder trucks over here with the American flag extended between them. We expect that we will see the blue light procession come here escorting the bodies of the 2 officers, and then they will pull into the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. Now, it's difficult to see right now, but I can tell you that down the street, as far as I can see right now, it is lined by police squad cars and squadrons and police SUVs. All of the officers, many of them are in those vehicles right now. We expect that they will get out and line the streets. It now looks like some of the officers are approaching, and they're going to get in position where they will form an honor guard as the bodies of officers Eduardo Marmolejo and Conrad Gary arrive here. Eduardo Marmolejo, a 37-year-old father of 3. He's married. Conrad Gary, a married father of an infant. They've both been on the job for just a few years. And last night, of course, the superintendent and the mayor weighed in the latest tragedy to strike the 5th District. And I understand we don't have the sound bites queued up right now that we're hoping to hear from, but we will have those set for you a little later on. But you can see right now the officers lining the street, and they'll, of course, salute once the bodies come by in the ambulance, escorted by the police. We expect that there will be potentially hundreds, maybe even thousands of vehicles in this procession, which we expect to see here fairly shortly. For now, this is Mike Puccinelli reporting live from the Cook County Medical District outside the Medical Examiner's Office. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Mike, thank you. It's a moment when the whole city is going to take a moment to pause to honor these officers.
Absolutely.
Now let's get right to Roseanne Taya, who is live at the scene with a closer look at exactly what happened last night. Roseanne, good morning.
Good morning. The train that was involved in this incident left the station, or left this stop, just a short time ago. And of course, the procession is underway. We're going to give you a chopper view of that procession taking place right now through the streets of Chicago as they take the bodies of those 2 young officers to the medical examiner's office, giving police a chance to pay tribute to these young lives taken in this tragic accident last night. So what happened? Well, the officers were responding to a call of shots fired in the area of 101st and Dauphine. The police superintendent says they were so focused on the job at hand that they did not realize the danger of the train on the tracks. The South Shore train had been traveling on Metra tracks doing about 60 to 70 miles per hour when it came to a screeching halt. Passengers described the scraping sound. They say the conductor, visibly shaken, raced through to tell them there was an emergency. Police say the officers were responding to a call of shots fired when they were struck by that train.
By doing the most dangerous thing any police officer can do, and that is to chase an individual with a gun. These brave young men were consumed with identifying a potential threat to their community and put the safety of others above their own.
We're told there is a suspect in custody. There was a gun recovered. And as we told you this morning, the procession just left the scene here at 103rd and Cottage Grove, where it has been a long, excruciating night for police as they investigated what happened, losing 2 of their own. which is something that hasn't happened in decades in the Chicago Police Department. 2 officers killed during the same incident. Once again, the procession now underway to the medical examiner's office. Live at 103rd and Cottage Grove this morning, Roseanne Tejas, CBS 2 News. Aaron, Marissa?
Roseanne, thank you very much. And we are working to bring people video of the procession as Chopper 2 is up over the scene right now with continuing coverage. Meanwhile, a colleague of ours at CBS 2, John Dodge, was actually on the train heading home. He said when first responders arrived on the train, they interviewed every single person. He took this video as passengers were transported from the train onto buses.
As we got off the train, it was a very somber scene. There were police officers and firefighters lining the stairway as we exited the train station down to the buses.
Stay with CBS 2 for continuing coverage all morning. As I mentioned, we will be having Chopper 2, which is live on the procession right now, which, of course, there will be rolling closures as well on the Dan Ryan this morning. If your commute takes you through the south side, you'll want to be aware of these closures. We do have team coverage not only about how this will affect the morning commute, but, of course, how the city is mourning these officers as well.
And we can tell you that going regular speed, it's about 15 miles and 20 minutes to get from that scene at 103rd and Cottage Grove to 2121 West Harrison, which is the Chicago, or the Cook County Medical Examiner's office, rather. But at this point, they're obviously going quite slowly, just taking in all of what today is and what we're mourning today. And as Aaron mentioned earlier, the whole city really stops for something like this, and it reminds you of just how dangerous the job is of the Chicago Police Department and the fire department as well. But today our eyes are on the police department as they mourn yet 2 more Chicago police officers. Hasn't even been a month yet since we laid to rest Samuel Jimenez for his death in the shooting at Mercy Hospital. And we will be back right after this with the latest on this procession.